YouTube world, what's up? It's your boy Heff coming to you again with which will be my second video. Um, Back to share a little bit of my passion. I wanted to make sure that you know, as I stated the last time in my previous video, it's been probably 15, 16 years since the last time I dropped a YouTube video. Um, and I didn't want to just hop on camera and just start sharing shit, just to share shit. I wanted to be as intentional as I most possibly could be in regards to sharing a passion of mine, which obviously is sneaker collecting. I've been sneaker collecting now for it's been over 20 years, so it's been a really, really long time. I have seen this game change in ways that I never thought imaginable. Um, so, you know, uh, but the joy of collecting sneakers is just as just as exciting and equally the same, if not more, when I was 17 versus me at 37, 38 years old. So, um, like I said, I felt like, this time with me sharing my videos, I wanted to be a little bit more intentional with sharing the content that I'm sharing. By all means, I don't profess to be a content creator. That's not my thing, but that is indeed what I am doing, is sharing content with you guys. So I feel that if you're going to share a passion, something that you're truly passionate about, and it doesn't just have to be sneakers, just be intentional about it. Make sure that you actually give some thought. And when you're curating whatever content that you are curating, just make sure that you're doing it meaningfully and with intent, and sharing that passion, and that it's genuine and organic as it comes through. So I gave it some thought. I was just like, I want to have something kind of cool, like a little name, little branding. And I was doing some things, and I was thinking about some of the things that I like obviously I like smoking cigars, something that I enjoy to do. I've gotten into that a lot later on in life, obviously. But I also like coffee. And anybody that knows me, I have completely turned into my grandmother's child. I can't not that like I like a double negative is crazy, but like I can't go a day without coffee. Like coffee is necessary. It's nothing like that first sip of coffee in the morning. So what I think I'm going to deem this series is going to be Sunday sips and kicks with Heff, where I essentially just talk about either new pickups that I might have gotten that week, or I might be just talking about portions of my collection that I want to delve in and share in. So that's what I think I'm going to name this: Sunday Sips and Kicks with Heff. And yeah, I invite y'all to join me on this journey and, take a ride and have some fun with me. So without further ado, we are going to get right into this fast because we are. I have quite a few new pickups that wasn't intended to be this way, but it just happened. This is kind of how the cookie crumbled. So last Sunday, I actually got a pair that came after I made my video, but I thought this was a special piece. So I might as well show you first the box so you guys know what it is. Obviously, you know what that is, Nike Air Force One. And this is a special piece because, as you all know, this country is celebrating its 250th birthday. And to commemorate that, like Philly has been buzzing. Like, I mean, we've had a crazy summer. Obviously, we had the Roots. That was crazy. FIFA World Cup. We had that experience here in Philly. We were a host city. That was my first time ever experiencing that. That was hella cool. Obviously, we had the celebration, the 4th of July celebration, um, which it was like a really big concert. And we also had the MLB All Star game was hosted here in Philly too. So Philly's just been nuts this summer. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to partake in everything due to certain health concerns that I have that I've been dealing with over the past month. And I'm not going to bore y'all with that. No, it's not life threatening, but it does change or alter some things for me. And thanks, Mom, for again inheriting kidney stones. If anybody deals with kidney stones, I think y'all know, like, I don't really got to go into detail of how badly it sucks, but unfortunately, the last one that I've only had two my entire life. I just started experiencing them last year. This particular one that I just got about a month ago, it required some sort of medical intervention. I still have the stone in me, which is crazy. But I am scheduled to have that get that removed Wednesday. So Lord be willing that everything goes smooth. They're able to get this out of me, and hopefully I can figure out a way to prevent myself from getting these kidney stones, because they absolutely suck. But back to the sneaker. So yeah, so Philly's just been kind of buzzing. And one of the things that Philly did, they did a specific city tribute Air Force Ones, which I thought was cool. And without further ado, I'm gonna go and hop right into that. And yeah, it's just a super clean, super duper clean Air Force One. Um, it again was specific to Philadelphia. I believe there are a couple places, like, I know, certain chain stores did sell them. However, this was like specific to Philly. And just kind of getting into it just a little bit. If you look at, so premium quality, first and foremost, it's a complete leather upper. Really good leather on the upper. And then they use this fuzzy suede on the heel tab and tongue tag, which I absolutely love. And I love the fact that they put this Nike Air in cursive on the back. But this Harry suede, I really fucks with it. It gives it more like a higher quality look to me. I don't really like the smooth suede. I do prefer the fuzzy suede. And I think they absolutely smoked this sneaker. I got PHL on that tongue pull. This is like, I would say, like an eggshell and cream colorway. Comes with two sets of laces. It has on the inside, it has Philly, PA there. It also has it on the back heel tab, Philly, PA. Obviously, that's where I'm from. It also has this blue Nike check on the inside with the silver stitching, and then it has like this silverish, copperish, maybe. So I would say maybe like a gunmetal color on the outside. Overall, I think this is just a hell of a clean sneaker. Like I said, I love it. Philly did this before. I think it was last year. They did a Philly dunk that was specific to Philly. I do have those as well. Maybe I'll show like my dunk collection at some point. But um, yeah, like this was just a ultra clean pair. I feel like it was just something that you needed in your collection. So I couldn't pass these up, and yeah, your boy had to get them. So once again, the Philly Air Force One, repping where I'm from. I'm from the Biddy, so you know what that's about. So yeah, that's the first pair. Moving right along, I think I'm gonna go to hop into this. So Nike has been on like this crazy tear with, some of the things that they've been like releasing and commemorating. Um, Again, it's crazy to say, like, I'm one of the old heads in the game now. It's crazy to say, I'm pushing 40 now. So, certain things just excite me. Certain old models just excite me. And I might as well show you the box first before I get into it. There are just certain boxes themselves or certain sneakers that just excite me, period. And I'm going to go let y'all see that. See if y'all can see that. So those that know this is the Air Trainer, um, which AKA is the Bo Jacksons. Shout out to people that I don't know if any of the young kids know. Complete sidebar, like the internet is a very crazy place. Recently, my kids have been asking me like, "Hey, Dad, do you know who Michael Jackson was?" And I had like this like clueless moment because I'm like, why would I not know who Michael Jackson is? They like this generation has now been recently introduced to Michael Jackson, so everything is like, oh, Billie Jean and Beat It, and I'm like, y'all have no idea what you're talking about. Like that, like we grew up on Mike, like greatest, like King of Pop, greatest pop artist of all time, like duh. But yeah, so again, you'd be shocked with some of these young kids know because sometimes they absolutely have no idea like the model sneaker or who it was for or it was a player exclusive or what have you. And then you got some people that do know. So, but without further ado, Nike released, uh, and this is supposed to be a 30-year anniversary of when we had the Olympic Games here in Atlanta. They had released a pair before that I missed on. It was like this, I think it was like a turquoise color or something. And I didn't grab them. So I had to get my hands on these. These are your Nike Air Trainers, aka Bo Jacksons, but this is a special colorway, 30-year anniversary of the Atlanta um, Olympics when we hosted the Olympics in Atlanta, Georgia. I mean, this is just a really, really fucking sick sneaker. The color is beautiful. Just to kind of get into it really quickly, I think what I love most is the translucent bottom, but with like this confetti at the bottom. So I think this is hella stupid. Like just really, unique in itself. Obviously, the eyelets, you're going to get a lot of the gold accents along the eyelets. Premium quality suede and leather upper. I love the fact that they put the Georgia peach on the tongue. They obviously have that Olympic ring around the back of the Nike. And then on the inside, you probably can't see it too much, but then they have the 96 Olympic ring on the actual footbed. So clean piece, clean pickup. Like I said, I'm mad that I didn't get that aqua tone or that turquoise color. But I'm glad I was able to get my hands on these. And like I said, these were like a must have for the collection. I mean, as an old head, there's something about a Bo Jackson. Like if you had a pair of Bo Jacksons back in the day, like clean, like a clean pair of Bows, like come on, man. Yeah, like it's one of them Jones. If you know, you know. So, I was glad to be able to get my hands on a pair of these. I'm kind of pissed though because I usually only support sneaker boutiques. One of the boutiques that I typically support here in Philly is Lapstone and Hammer. Shout out to B. I like to support small owned businesses, local businesses. They actually sold them early, so I missed them when they sold at Lapstone. So I thought I had missed the release, grabbed them resale, and then I found out that they're supposed to be coming out in like a week or something, or like it's like a week or two that they'll be coming out on the sneakers app. So I didn't go crazy with what I paid. I think I only paid like $30 above retail, so it wasn't terrible. But yeah, I had to have those in my collection. So yeah, that was that. Moving right along. So we're gonna go here. So part of the reason why I had to get this particular sneaker, well, I already have the sneaker in my collection. So let me start there. I have the sneaker in my collection. I believe I have the 2016 release. Don't quote me. I don't remember the year before this release. It might be 2009, but I could be lying also. No, it's not 2009 because I bought it for my son, so I'm thinking it might be 2016. Either might be 2015, 2016. I need to look that up. And shame on me for not doing my research before I actually did the video. But without further ado, um, I had to get these back into my collection. Hands down, probably like one of so I have a lot of like sneaker lists, so it's kind of hard to like really condense to like one list. But I do have a sneaker list where it's like I have like a top 10 sneaker, like it's a top 10 sneaker like style and colorway that's just in my top 10 and it's transcendent. It's not just Jordan, not just Nike, not just Reebok, but I have like a top 10 sneaker of a specific style and colorway. This would be in my top 10 style and colorway. This will be in my top 10. No specific order. This is in my top 10. Without further ado, infrared sixes, man. I had to get another pair, man. Like the ones that I had before, like I said, I think are from like 2000. I'm gonna say 16. Don't quote me on that. But I had them already. So when these came out in 2019, I was like, I already got them. I don't need them, like whatever. And they were still pretty fresh. And then I think what made me really put these back on my radar was probably when they dropped the Salesman, the Air Jordan 6 Salesman. And I was like, damn, I fuck with them. Obviously, on the Salesman, they made a couple changes, like the Nike Air or the Nike Check on the back is infrared stitch, and I believe this might be all red here too. I believe so. Very minor changes, but I was like, damn, I really want another fresh pair. So I started looking at these on Goat, and I was watching them, and I was able to get them for a good price. Ironically enough, when I first ordered them off Goat a couple weeks ago, they actually sent me a used sneaker. Never happened to me before with Goat, like where I had something that was like, I don't ever buy used sneakers off Goat, and it was, brand new in the box, and like they came and them, I mean, they were gone, and I'm just like, what the fuck? So Goat made it right, they blessed me, got me right. So I had to. Another reason why I had to re up on these is because, as you already know, the white and infrareds come out later this year. I think it's November. I haven't had a pair of them in years. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and get a fresh pair to put these on ice. So when the white and infrareds come back out, I can add them to my collection. So this wasn't necessarily anything that just dropped recently, but I just had to get another pair within my collection. Again, this color and style is in my top 10 sneaker of all time. So, like, I mean, come on, you just can't go wrong with a pair infrared sixes. The black infrared sixes is just one of them ones. If you know, you know. So, uh, shout out to Goat for blessing me with that. So that's another piece. All right. So recently, I actually was able to get my hands on these a little early. They actually came out yesterday, and I've never had these in my collection. So I've never had this particular sneaker in my collection, or this colorway in my collection. Um, Obviously, you guys probably already know what it is because if I said it came out yesterday, you guys should already know. Hold on. Okay, so they even brought back. I even fuck with the fact that Jordan brought back the face boxes. It's from the early 2000s. You know, nostalgic type shit. But yeah, shout out to World Flight Club that we have in Philly. The only World Flight Club that is in America is in Philly. So shout out to them. They was actually selling these pairs early, and I think they were selling them early because the All Star game. So like I think I walked into the store, no line, no nothing. I went in there on like a random Tuesday, just like, yeah, I want this. So I was able to get them. Without further ado, you guys already know what it is. It is True Blue Air Jordan 3. I actually needed this in my collection for the sole purpose of I have every original colorway of the Air Jordan 3, that being the white cements, black cements, and the fire reds. I never, ever, ever, ever had the true blue in my collection. Obviously, this sneaker came out. One of the reasons why I love the threes, this sneaker came out the year I was born, 1988, and only four colorways. And this is the one colorway that was always elusive to me that I couldn't get my hands on for whatever reason. I don't know why I couldn't get my hands on these, but I just could never get them. And I finally was able to put them into my collection. I love them. I think, a lot of people were saying like they didn't like the shade of blue. If you are a real collector and you appreciate the history of sneakers and, collecting sneakers, this to me, if you compare it to the 88 color, this is like the closest true blue colorway to the 88 than any of the other releases. And this is the 2009 release, the 2006 release. Like this to me is the closest to the original 1988 release personally. So I'm very happy with this pair. A lot of people probably didn't know this detail, but the eyelets have the elephant print on them as well. It's not like that with the white, black, or fire red cements. I'm sorry, the white cements or black cements. Obviously not on the fire reds, but I do like this little detail. Obviously the Nike Air on the back. I believe this is good premium. I think Jordan and Nike brand did a good job on this particular release. I love them. Something that I needed in my collection that I never had finally found its way to my collection. So, yeah, I'm excited about that. Having finally gotten the Air Jordan 3 True Blue in hand. And yeah, these needed to be in the collection. So, shout out to World Flight Club for blessing the kid early when I didn't have to really go out of my house on Saturday. Yesterday, weather's been nuts. We had like a tornado warning in Philly for the first time, and I'm like, the fuck. So yeah, I have one last pickup. This would be considered like last week when I was talking to y'all about grills. This would be one of those ones that I never thought I would ever get my hands on. I now have three of the four. Just waiting for that fourth one to drop. There's whispers that it's supposed to. We don't know. I'm hoping that it does. Again, Nike continue to go into the vault, continue to release Even if it's like special pairs, friends and family pairs, pairs that were never supposed to be released, please, we want them. We need them. Without further ado, I don't really got to do too much talking with these. Y'all obviously know what the box is. Y'all know what this is. I was one of the unfortunate ones that could not get them on like the actual release, which obviously sucks. So I sat and I watched these for a good while, and you wouldn't believe the price that I got for them. But the Alaska off-white ones, Alaska off-white ones. Again, another pair that I didn't think that I would ever have in my collection. Um, Man, I mean, like, if you know, kind of thing. Like I said, I waited on these for a while. I didn't want to pull the trigger because the way the sneaker game has been going recently, it's really really difficult to like really judge. Like that's one thing I haven't like gotten up on just yet. Like how to read the sneaker market. I'm still not that great at that. So some things it's kind of like, all right, I'm gonna wait it out. Sort of like the infrared sixes, the black infrared sixes. I waited those out, got those at a good price. And then same thing with these. And I was shocked at the price that I got them for. And I also had good credit. So in theory, I only paid $100 for these. $100 on these because I had gold credit. So shout out to Goat. Shout out to everybody that was able to get their hands on these at retail. Like I said, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get these at retail, but I actually love the sneaker. Premium quality. Don't know what I'm going to wear with this yet because the crazy thing is I don't typically wear all white sneakers. But I mean, like, damn, like this is just a really sexy ass sneaker. Um, you know, yeah, it kind of speaks for itself, man. So those are the pickups for this week. Um, I don't know if I'll have any new pickups this week, just due to the fact that, as I stated, I have a medical procedure scheduled for Wednesday. So I may not be like moving around this weekend, and I may not be doing much this weekend. But those are the newest pairs to the collection. So it's 5 pairs to the collection. Oh, also, I didn't show this, but because of MLB, I have been trying to get. So part of my goal has been to get all of my goats in like sports. So get their jersey. So um, obviously, I'm a real big Eagles fan. Go Birds, the kid. Football season about to start, so y'all know what it is. But even with that, it's still certain jerseys that I wanted as a fan of the game. So like obviously I have a Mike jersey, AI jersey. I got a Penny Hardaway jersey. I got a Tom Brady jersey. I finally was able to get a Tom Brady jersey. I got a ton of Eagles jerseys: Reggie, Jalen, Saquon, you name it. Like the list goes on. Cunningham. Like I got jerseys. However, one jersey that was super duper hard to get for a very long time because it just was sold out everywhere. Number 42. Not football, not basketball, baseball. Number 42. Number 42 has its own day. Um, and to me, greatest baseball player of all time. I don't give a fuck about metrics. I don't give a fuck about numbers. What he had to go through in order to, make it to the big league and still be great. Jackie fucking Robinson. So I was able to finally get a Brooklyn Dodgers, the cream with the LA blue and the red 42. I was able to finally get that from Mitchell and Ness. They had been sold out since forever, and then like an ad that came up on my YouTube. I'm sorry, on my Instagram. And when it came up on my Instagram, I was like, "Why y'all posting this?" Because y'all don't, it's never in stock. Something just made me click on it. I clicked on it. They were restocked fully. I couldn't buy fast enough. Like, oh shit, I got to get this. So, yeah, I finally got them. Shout out to Mitchell and Ness for me finally be able to get my Jackie Robinson jersey number 42. I already took it to my tailor. Had my tailor cut it up real nice to fit me appropriately. So, can't wait to pair them. I already know what I'm wearing this with. This is going to be rocked with my Kobe Dodger sixes. They've been sitting on ice. I've been wait. I'm like, once I get this 42, I can finally break out them Kobe. So now that I have them, you're gonna see that in rotation real soon. So, yeah, like that's pretty much my pickups this week. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'm gonna have any new pickups. I also may not even have a video next week just due to the fact of, medical conditions. But other than that, man, I appreciate everybody that's been watching, that's been supporting, all of the messages that I've been getting, all of the follows on Instagram that I got. I'm just appreciative of the support, man. Like I said, I'm not doing this for no other reason except I'm just trying to share my passion of collecting and sneaks and how excited I get when I get these things. And like I said, as I said at the beginning of this video, it don't got to be sneaker collecting. I know people that collect a lot of things: glasses, bags, um, action figures, things of that nature. Share your content, man. There's people out there that enjoy that want to hear the story of how you acquire, want to know what got you into it, want to know why do you enjoy it so much.